Go ahead to unmute. We'll get this, right? Good morning. I'd like to call to order the July 10th, 2024 Staff Senate meeting. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. It's our first meeting with the 24-25 group, so I'm glad to have everyone here. We're going to do the roll call. I'm going to have Morgan do the roll call for us.
Right, Senator Adams.
Here.
Bartley.
Present.
Kanzler.
Present.
Chadwick.
Present.
Finn.
Present. She said.
Henry. Present. Hess.
Yes.
Hopwood.
Yes, ma'am.
Jenkins. Present. Jones. Present. Calkins. Present. Minton. Ray.
Present.
Roberson. Spitler.
He is
Vanderpool. Present. Vincent.
present.
Wright on Zoom.
Present.
And Wyatt.
She is out.
All right, we're good.
Okay, thank you. We were gonna do approval of the agenda and prior monthly meeting minutes that were sent out via email. Any discussion, any changes? Okay, so those are approved. And then we are going to go ahead and get started with our Christopher Ware Staff Star Awards. Let me go ahead and get started. Over here. So, good morning again. Thank you for being here. I look forward each month to presenting the Christopher Ware Staff Star Awards. WKU is so lucky to have so many talented individuals across campus that are nominated by their fellow employees. With that being said, our first Staff Star Award is Elizabeth Gannon. She's the coordinator for student services and outreach for the Honors College. This is from her nominee. I am delighted to write this recommendation for Elizabeth Gannon, a remarkable new professional who has made an incredible mark within our institution's Honors College in just their first year of work. Elizabeth has consistently demonstrated an unwavering commitment to excellence and a genuine passion for supporting their peers, contributing significantly to the success of our college operations. From the moment Elizabeth joined our team, it was evident that she possessed a rare combination of enthusiasm, initiative, and dedication. Whether it's guiding peers through academic challenges or providing invaluable support during the various college admission and recruitment activities, Elizabeth consistently goes above and beyond her expectations. Her willingness to lend a helping hand, coupled with an ability to effectively communicate and connect with others, has made her an indispensable asset to our team. One of Elizabeth's most commendable qualities is her natural leadership ability. Despite being relatively new to the professional landscape, less than 1 year on this job, Elizabeth has effortlessly assumed leadership roles within our college, inspiring and guiding their peers with grace and empathy. Her approachable demeanor and willingness to listen make her a trusted confidant and a mentor to many within our community. Moreover, Elizabeth has played a pivotal role in fostering a sense of camaraderie and collaboration within our college. Whether it's organizing social events, coordinating extracurricular activities for admission, or simply offering words of encouragement, Elizabeth consistently strives to create an inclusive and supportive environment where every member feels valued, empowered to succeed. In conclusion, I wholeheartedly recommend Elizabeth for the opportunity or endeavor they may pursue. Their exceptional work ethic, leadership skills, and genuine passion for helping others make them an invaluable asset to our team or any organization. I am confident that Elizabeth will continue to make significant contributions and achieve great success in her future endeavors. Thank you, Elizabeth. You can come up here. Yeah, good job. Thank you. Let me get a picture. Oh, you got a camera? Okay, yeah, yeah. Thank you so much. Our next Christopher Ware Staff Star Award goes to Janet Haynes, Administrative Coordinator for the History Department. This is from her nominator. I would like to recommend Janet for the Staff Star Award. Janet, as many of you know, has been on campus for several years and is always a pleasure to work with. You might have worked with Janet when she was in Weatherby Building in a different department, or you might be working with her now in the History Department located in Cherry Hall. No matter where you worked with her, everyone could always count on her for helping get things done. She is very dependable, work-focused employee who will go the extra mile to make sure things are done and done accurately. When you think of a model WKU employee, Janet is that person. Please accept my recommendation for the Staff Star Award for Janet. I've worked with Janet many a times and she has been a great asset, so that's definitely deserving. Also speaking on her behalf is Dr. Audra Jennings, Department Chair of History.
So if you talk with any history faculty member, you will quickly learn that Janet Haynes is adored in our department. But the significance of her work extends far beyond the ways, big and small, that she facilitates the work of the department and improves the working lives of the history faculty to Potter College and WKU students more generally. One faculty member described Janet as the heart and soul of the history department. Another considers Janet the binding force of our department, whose magic, often behind the scenes, and warm and welcoming presence makes possible so much of what happens in our department. One colleague describes her as a tireless advocate for students and faculty, handling complicated questions about everything from tracking student credits to details of national grant applications to finding the perfect office chair from surplus with equal amounts of skill, tenacity, savvy, and cheer. Over and over again, history faculty count themselves lucky to have Janet in our department. In talking with history faculty about Janet, several themes emerge. She has been central to the department's success in stretching our budget and ensuring that we make the most of each dollar. She has been called a budget mastermind who found ways for history to achieve new strategic goals amid budget cuts that included purchasing a new database of African American history primary sources that is accessible to all WKU faculty, staff, students through the library. Her deep commitment to saving, reusing, and careful spending allowed history to dedicate more resources to students and improving student experience. Janet cares deeply about faculty, staff, students, the department, the college, and WKU. Across the board, faculty and history share how she helps our students. One colleague described her as someone who leads the celebration of students and faculty success, and as someone who can be counted on to serve as a shoulder to cry on. She has also brought organization to the department and has invested in caring for Cherry Hall. One colleague wrote, since her arrival, the department's closets are organized, decades of junk, and this is no joke, decades of junk had been removed or has been removed and either relocated or discarded as it should have been probably before it went in the closet. This organization was central to moving classes online in spring of 2020 and ensuring the continued smooth and safe operations throughout the pandemic. It was because of her that student workers in the office are incredibly professional, helpful, and imbued with important skills that they can take with them long after they graduate and begin their working lives. Another colleague shared that Janet always knows who to call to solve problems and to get things done. The value and importance of Janet's work and the results of her caring service extend beyond the department. Her work keeps Cherry Hall going, shapes the experience of nearly every WKU student as they take world history, expands library holdings, and contributes to overall Potter College operations. I am delighted that Janet will be recognized today for her skills, talents, dedication, and the tremendous difference she makes in our lives and every day and across campus. So thank you very much.
It's right here. Okay. Our next Christopher Ware Staff Star Award goes to Sabrina Pate, Office Coordinator for the Campus Recreation and Wellness. This is from her nominee. Sabrina is an outstanding member of the WKU community. She serves intentionally to provide premier customer service by balancing a plethora of areas. Sabrina is reliable, someone I know I can always count on. She has served not only in her department as a leader, but within the division and the university. Her hard work does not go unnoticed. Also speaking on behalf of Sabrina is Assistant Director Alyssa Arnold.
Hi there. Just a couple of words, additions about Sabrina Pate. She's almost served 15 years here at WKU and she's actually a WKU grad. And I've had the privilege, and a lot of us here today have had the privilege to working one-on-one with her over the years. Not only that, what Kirsten talked about, serving outside of her department and really working with our division. She's a great employee to call upon when you are doing having a lot of challenges, need just a different perspective when we do have those different things happening year to year. One of the great things with Sabrina that she's done with our department is really that transition that we've had with new employees, whether it's students, grad assistants, or staff. She's a pivotal person to have within that. When we bring somebody on and get them trained, as well as just those day-to-day things. When we have students on campus and we have them employed with us, she works so well with them as we're working and training with them as well. Couple great things that have happened over the last couple years in our department is we've changed our software. We've increased a lot of our massage therapy program, and she's been the leader within all of that. Working with clients, working with our massage program, as well as just that new transition of new software, if anyone's ever done that. Really had that, Sabrina has that key on making things more efficient, making sure that we are communicating well, and then it's at the greater good for our patrons. And at the end of the day, as we've gone through WKU over the last several years and decades, at the end of the day, it's about students. And even through that time, as we have gone through those challenges, she has that true passion for students and the true passion for WKU. So very fortunate to be standing up here to recognize her, and our department is here too to recognize her for this award. She is the luckiest, person to be a part of, to be a team player with, and very fortunate to be a part of this award. So I have our department here for the award too. So I want to bring Sabrina up first, let her lead the team. Yes, and if all of us want to come, we're gonna get the picture too, just in case. Yeah. So we'll do one. How about being with her, and then we'll do the team. How about that?
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, and then definitely.
You're gonna get a group picture, right? I prefer her needs to be like, it's just me, but yeah, he needs another.
Or you can take it and send it to him. Okay.
Yeah. I didn't know. Yeah, we did everybody.
Savannah? 1, 2, 3.
I'm sorry.
Okay, congratulations to all the recipients of this month's. That if you have any people that you work with, any staff members that you know to go above and beyond, please submit that nomination so that we can recognize them in the future meetings. So thank you all. Okay, so we are going to move on to officer and committee reports. Staff Regent Jennifer Hammonds.
Thank you. I don't
necessarily have a huge formal report today. I think it's only been 9 days, I think, if I did math right. So no oath yet or anything of that nature, so I'm not super official at this point. I will just say thank you to any of you that voted and supported me through this process to be staff regent and to represent you. I am honored to do so, and anybody who maybe didn't, I hope to win your trust over the next 3 years as we work together to advocate for staff and try to make sure that we do all we can to make this a very good place to work. Kind of right now in sort of where we are, it's finishing, everything's been finished from the last year and gearing up for what's gonna come for the next academic year. So there's kind of not a whole lot going on in the month of July. We are waiting on the governor appointment, so Linda Ball did roll off of the board in June, so we do expect the governor to appoint, probably hope this week. So hopefully we'll have who that appointment is, and then we'll be able to look at committee assignments and those kinds of things for the upcoming year that hasn't been done yet, so I don't know which committee that I'll be asked to serve on or any of that stuff at the moment. The next couple of board items are the retreat on that August 8th. And then the board meeting on August 9th, and then we'll have faculty staff convocation on August 12th. So I'd encourage you all to attend the convocation if you don't have it on your calendars to do that. The budget was approved in the last board meeting. That was one of David's last official actions, so I don't have a lot of updates on that since that came out. I think if all of you know, the 7.5% divisions did that differently and how they came up with the 7.5% reduction target that is a permanent reduction to the budget. I know in hours in the provost office, at least for me specifically, it was 7.5% across the board for me as that report. So each of you may have experienced something different and may have things to report on about that I may not know. I don't have any updates on the 10% for revenue dependent lines that has been mentioned. Hopefully we'll hear something about that. If there's anybody involved in meetings that's taken place through the budget committees, you know, please share those. I don't have any update to report onto that. One of the things that I've asked is HR to try to figure out a way we could do some sort of recognition of service. So like I know, I'll pick on Jordan for an example. He was here, I think it's been 6 years, 7 now. But I mean, if somebody doesn't say, hey, this person's now been here 7 years, there isn't a way to really recognize that I'm aware of other than to know that I was here 5 years in June. And so it'd be great to know as a supervisor, who in your department, you know, has achieved some of those milestones. So I'd love to know if there's a way to do that. I don't know historically if they've done that in the past, but a couple of times a year, I'd love to know who's had 5 years since then, you know, who's 10, who's 20, just so we could recognize that either through staff senate or through as a supervisor to know that. I've only sent that today, so I don't expect a response from HR just yet, but just things that I think would be good to know for recognition to say that these people really do have longevity and commitment to the university, and we should recognize that in some capacity. So,
Yeah, but that is something that staff senate has worked on, and I actually reached out to Quinna in HR, and I told her that once the workforce committee or university
Okay.
committee gets together, because that is something that it's been on the agenda for years and something, so hopefully your support, that would be, we could get something in play. I noticed too, I saw something on Facebook where Sky, they do little pendants, you know, I mean, like 5 and 10, so it's just, but even that makes a good point, even the supervisor, I mean, I kind of keep track of when my employees started, but if they came from a different department, I don't know how long you've been here,
well,
so.
if you're new to a department, you
Oh,
wouldn't
right, you wouldn't know.
how. So anyway, I just think it's good. We could do that. It would be, if nothing else, if we just put it on the website, there's no cost or anything, so it's not like we can't, it's not, shouldn't be asking for much, but so anyway, just something that I thought we should try to work on that could start some conversation and for recognition in a bigger fashion. But I'm happy to take questions or any of your concerns either outside this meeting or during, and again, thank you so much, and I look forward to what's to come.
Any questions for her? Okay, communications.
Just want to share that we received an email asking about if the Preston Center would consider having a faculty staff only area. So I will reach out and see if I can get an answer on that, but that's not only report.
Thank you. Treasurer.
Treasurer's report.
Our ENG index starting balance is $0. It resets every fiscal year. We have our fiscal year 25 budget allocation of $3,700, so that's our current balance. Our Saxon Excellence Fund starting balance, $2,095.12, ending balance of $2,110.12 with the addition of $15. Our Spoke Scholarship starting balance $1,794, addition of $10, ending balance $1,804.84. And as always, we appreciate anybody that, both of these are payroll deductions. So if that's something that anybody's interested in, you just contact HR. And I just thought I'd let people know that's an option. It doesn't have to be a lot, and it's always appreciated. Thank you.
Technology?
Everyone should be on the staff sent email now. If you receive a meeting for this, invite for this meeting, then you're on the list. So if you did not receive that, let me know. We'll get that correct.
Thank you. Secretary Morgan,
No report.
Jordan Ray,
No report.
okay. Leslie,
Um,
Chair.
just since we're kicking off the new year, workforce committee, we are responsible for the mentor mentee program. So I just encourage anybody that's out there, if you have several years of WKU experience, that's all we're looking for. I think the word mentor maybe sometimes intimidates people. We just want somebody, just you to be a resource for someone new. So if you are that person, send it an email and we'll get you on that list and get you assigned with a new employee. So you can help them, gain their new wings if they join it.
Thank you. Okay, for chair updates, I have my first meeting with the president won't be until August 28th. So at our next meeting, we can discuss any issues that I want to bring forth to that meeting. That'll be the first time meeting with him, so that he will be meeting with Staff Senate on September 3rd. I reached out to his office and they are gonna want the questions by August 19th, so I'll work with Deanna to create a survey to send out to staff all to get questions generated, and then we'll submit that to the president, and then he will be here on September 3rd. If you noticed the announcement that went out Monday, Deanna did a great job revising the announcement. We're trying to build brand awareness and just kind of make it more visually appealing to staff members, so they'll read the notes and everything. We would like to start putting additional information in there. I'm gonna ask her probably to start highlighting 2 staff members or 2 Senate members each month. And then also if there's anything additional, like if you want to shout out your department or if you have an upcoming event that we can put on there, let us know. You can always send that information to us. That was also one of the ways I had talked to HR about maybe putting like staff members who's celebrating in there. And it wasn't a FERPA issue, but it was just something, do they want to be recognized? So we'll have to discuss with HR to see, because I thought it would be nice to be like, hey, these people are celebrating their 5 years or 10 years. I also reached out to, we did not do a staff engagement survey in the spring. So I reached out to Dr. Katrina Birch regarding the staff's engagement survey to see if they would be available in the fall, and they are. So I would like to propose that we do a staff engagement survey sooner than later. I would like to get that out even in August so that we could get the results back, say by October or November. And as this Senate membership, we could work on the issues that are presented in that survey. If we started kind of doing it on the academic year, then the survey would be presented. So is there any objections to starting the survey early, or is there any questions about that?
Might even be better, just do the schedules.
Yeah, so I think, I mean, she has open availability. She did say that they do recommend keeping the survey open for, she said 4 weeks, but we can discuss like if we want 2 or 3 weeks, maybe open. And then it would take her 4 to 6 weeks to get the information. So I would think we'd have it before, the end of October, 1st of November. And then as a Senate, we could work together to see the pressing issues and what issues are brought up to that. With that being said, there are 3 open-ended questions that is on the survey. This past one that we did, one was, how can the university boost morale and create a sense of community among staff members? The other one was please list up to 3 of your top concerns and how you would address them if given the opportunity. And then please list up to 3 reasons you enjoyed your employment at WKU. We have the ability to adjust those questions. So I would kind of like to get some input on what you would like to hear on the survey. These are open-ended questions, which we get the most feedback for. That's where we saw that employee morale was important. Having a group and just having the information out there. So do we have any suggestions what we could ask?
What questions are on there now? Is there a way we can get a copy of it?
Yeah, what I'll do is I'll forward the survey that she sent to me, I'll forward it to the group. And then what we could do is just kind of look at it and then decide, even if we get it out the 1st of August, I think that would be plenty of time to get that information, and then we could come up with and if we needed to discuss the questions at the next meeting, that would be fine. So I will send you guys a copy of the survey. And these are just the questions, I guess the standard questions they've been using for several years, so that way they can keep track. But the open-ended questions are where we get the most input as well. So yeah, so I will send you guys that copy to the list so you can look at it, and then we'll discuss. Is there something, in general that we're looking at, any questions that people would want to hear or want to ask? I guess you probably need to see the other questions that are being asked, aren't you? Yeah, pretty good idea. Well, now you can see. So yeah, okay, so I will send you that, but if there's no objections to starting the survey earlier, we'll start working on that and hopefully get it out, no later than the 1st or 2nd week of August. Sounds good. I also was invited to meet with Dr. Trish Parrish. She is the Vice President of the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools Commission on Colleges. What that stands for is that WKU is going through our accreditation process. It's a 10-year process where it's very important that we stay accredited, and that this happens. Being an accredited university means that the WKU's mission is appropriate higher education, that we have the resources and services sufficient to accomplish and sustain the mission. Dr. Beth Wabbis has offered to meet with the staff senate next month to discuss what the accreditation really means to the university and how we can be a part of it and promote this information out there. So I will confirm with her, but she will be meeting with us next month to discuss the accreditation process. I think, and then the standing committees, I did send out emails, and I think everyone has been assigned. Once the meeting's over, I'll let you know what, I was still working on a few, so I'll let you know what committees, and then you guys can meet in groups and discuss when your guys will want to meet prior to the meeting or after the meeting. And I think that's all the updates for me. Okay, so we're down to old business. The only thing that I had on the old business was the book scholarship. We did not do one in spring or summer. I don't believe so. So that does fall under the treasurer, Andrea.
Now I know.
Yeah. I guess if you didn't know, then it's hard to process that. So there is some documentation on the shared drive about that. I think one of the biggest things are the book scholarship does offer a match from Barnes and Noble. When it was under just the university, it was pretty simple. We would email Jennifer Tugas, but now it's under Barnes and Noble. So
I'll figure out that process.
okay, yeah. So we'll probably want to get and you'll want to work with Deanna to get an announcement. The scholarship forms are already on the website, so we can get that out there. And if you need to call for volunteers, usually you'll have 2 or 3 people that will help you look at the nominations and then pick the winner. So if you want to form that committee as well, or if you need help doing that, that would be awesome. Okay, so new business, I already talked about the standing committee assignments. So dates of meetings, we had discussed, Jason had already sent out all the Zooms for the first Wednesday of the month. And there was a talk about changing it maybe to the second Wednesday based on school schedules and that, but I did look at the Warren County Public Schools and the Bowling Green, and their all of their spring and fall breaks are the second week. So the first Wednesday is still going to be the most, it's gonna be the best for our meeting, so we won't have to make any changes except for the January first one, which I think that is January first is a Wednesday, so we would meet the second. That, and then we are changing the September third meeting to Tuesday so that the president can come to the meeting. So is there any objections or is there any talk about needing to change that? Okay, you guys are so easy. Okay, let me make sure I have any notes. Okay, I did have, for some new business, I was wanting to know if there would be any interest in having a staff senate open house. There had been talk about that previously in previous years. Basically, my vision would be, we would maybe hopefully get a room upstairs and do cookies, tea, and coffee or water. Just kind of having an open house to let people know what Staff Senate is about. It would be a time for them to come, they could come use their fresh food pass and then come up and get some desserts. I think it would be a good way to get our name out there. I know we want to get our name out there and we want more people to join and we want to be doing more. So I'd like to discuss that possibility.
I think it would be good because a lot of times people seem like they're hesitant to come and express themselves for fear of,
In a meeting.
yeah, in a meeting like this. So maybe if we did something like that, people would be more apt. I know I've tried to encourage people to come to meetings and speak up and they get scared, I guess.
Yeah, I think the talking would.
It's intimidating to come in here, I guess, this kind of a setting, so maybe that kind of a setting would allow individuals maybe to write down or discuss with somebody and then it can be brought up.
Right.
As I know, it seems like it can just be intimidating to come in here and voice your opinion on something for fear of whether it be retaliation or whatever the case might be.
Right.
So it might be good if we could do that to cause the campus, there's people that have all kinds of concerns, talk about it. But then when there's an opportunity to come say something, they don't.
You're right, because it's either because it's being recorded or because it's in an open area and it seems so.
That might be more personal.
I mean, it'd be kind of like water cooler talk, but then it would also be something that people, would be an opportunity to meet us as senators and also share their concerns. But I was also thinking about, we could do some door prizes, people drop off their names, cookies, door prizes. I think people might come. They may come or they may not, but if we don't try it, then we won't know for sure.
Make no mistake about it, every time I say something, I start sweating, so.
Would this building be the best location for that, or would it be better to go where more of the staff are located at physically on campus?
Do you have a different idea? I mean, I'm open.
Yeah, well, I'm just kind of thinking, here at DSU, we're getting more into the student occupied area of campus versus the top of the hill.
What if we did something?
Like the
I don't know if you do the faculty house, commons,
Or the
maybe the auditorium at KTH.
We could have several, different locations, like maybe.
Yeah.
Top and a bottom.
Yeah, or maybe have multiple events, maybe, like, say this year, we're gonna do it
Oh, yeah, different
Spencer's.
areas.
at Spencer's at Commons, and maybe in November, we'll do it at the auditorium at Kelly Thompson Hall, or because
That makes sense.
somebody that's working up at Center Wing, they might say, I'm not walking to DSU in this heat.
Right.
So,
Well, and explore it.
it might be more advantageous to go where the people are at instead of asking them to come to us.
Right.
I think it'll be great. I think they have a lot of questions sometimes that they want to ask and know about Staff Senate. I did. I think I emailed a lot of y'all. But I think it would be really great for them to have that opportunity just to come and find out more about what it's about. And I agree, having it at different locations will also maybe more convenient if they can't take a whole lot of time out to go do it, but at least they have
Get with
options.
different colleges and see if something works better for them.
Maybe colleges, I mean, Bryce has an auditorium, and our new building will have one too. So that would be a great place to host something like that. The new building being downhill would be a place for people to gather.
Yeah.
Right now, we're kind of centrally located, and in the spring, I mean, to your point of having different locations, different times, we'd have a fall one and a spring one. Because people have different concerns at different times of the year that they're not necessarily gonna think about, right? So if we have it in the fall and in the spring, then we can hopefully address more issues that way. But yeah, but absolutely, contacting the colleges to see if they have a space where they can host that is an absolutely fantastic idea, because that helps build collegiality within the university,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Just a note for the comments, we have a classroom that can be reserved, so,
Okay. I mean, I would think the other commons would almost be like
second floor, so.
kind of like top of the hill in spring and maybe bottom of the hill in fall or so. That makes a good point with the issue being student centered. People may, I just thought that they could come use their free fresh fruit pass or whatever, but I think they don't wanna always walk
Right.
back up the hill.
Talking to people over the years throughout the hill there, or throughout campus, there's a lot of people say up at Ogden that they don't come to DSU. You know, they just don't travel, you know, they don't have the advantage of hopping in the truck and driving wherever they need to go.
And I think Tish has a comment.
Tish, yeah, do you want?
Hey, I think that is a great idea. That's also a good time. Maybe we can put up an interactive board that kind of goes in line with that staff engagement survey where we can ask people, what do you want? What new do you want to see? You know, just anything that we can engage them and get information from them that maybe can help improve the experience that they have here at Western as a staff member.
Or maybe even like a Dropbox that they can.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, I know some people are reluctant to fill out that engagement survey because it is totally anonymous. We do not get, and we do not share that with the department, you know, the comments and everything. But maybe they would be willing to fill out something. So I guess we would need someone that would be, I mean, I don't care to help at all, but is there anyone interested in kind of leading this up as well? This project? Because it sounds like we're all on board. Yeah, I think the only thing that we would have to do is we're gonna have to get some quotes to how much, if we do provide any type of cookies, brownies, whatever, and then we would have to do a vote to spend the money on that. But we would need to get the quotes first, so I can work with Andrea to do that.
And I don't mind, since there is spending involved, to head up the,
Okay.
Mhm.
and then, you know, whoever wants to work with me, please do.
Right, okay, yeah.
And cause I organize this sort of thing already for going forward, so it's something I already do.
So a time frame. Are we thinking? What kind of time frame? I was thinking sooner than later, more like, but maybe the second week of September, or, and are you guys thinking August? I don't know, cause I know there's busy times for everyone. My busy time may be different than your busy time, so I mean, I know, you know.
I think as we get closer to the beginning of the semester, that's a time that we probably need to stay away from. You know, we need to remember that the students are the primary focus.
Right.
Staff and faculty are busy those times, so yeah, you know, third, fourth week of September. I don't know what fall break looks like staff wise. I don't know as far as people taking vacation.
Yeah, most people will be gone.
People be gone, so yeah, maybe third, fourth week of September.
Yeah, maybe that third week. Morgan, do you want to check on, are we okay with the comments for this one right now? At least to see the availability.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tanya, can I say something?
Yeah.
On the third week of September is Parent and Family Weekend.
Oh, okay. Okay. So,
Well, I mean, that will be,
Which I mean, that could be a good or bad.
that's your Friday, Saturday thing, you know.
right, so if we do it like a Tuesday or Wednesday or Wednesday, that might be a good, yeah, so we'll look at the commons and then. Once we get the quote for how much food would be, and then find out if we can get that area, it's free to rent, right? Okay.
Is there a particular time that would be better? Do we wanna do around lunchtime? I mean, I can tell you what the available times are those days, but is there a particular time?
Commons is pretty packed.
Right.
Like
Yeah, I'm
the
thinking-
students.
I was thinking, you know, maybe 2 in the afternoon, post lunch. Cause if we're gonna have cookies and snacks, that would be an opportune time for some snack cookie after their lunch, because like you said, the commons is packed with students during lunchtime. Hopefully by 2 o'clock, it would start clearing out and be so bad, and people could come through.
Well, yeah, with the classroom, you know, it's up on the
Second floor.
second
yeah.
floor and it's, you know, it's a good sized space. So you'll have like, amongst the busyness, it'll kind of be an oasis.
Yes.
You know, less busy oasis. So, yeah,
So do you think that's a good time, like 2 to
I'll check.
3:30 or like, or morning time or lunchtime, or what are your thoughts? Afternoon. Afternoon?
I think afternoon.
A nice little afternoon.
Yeah, afternoon.
Okay, I'll check what is available that week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I'll let you know.
Awesome, thank you.
Okay, yeah. And then if it goes well, and if the attendance, is good, then we can look at doing a spring one, maybe down the hill somewhere or different areas and getting that, and then, having our communications, we'll be able to get that communication out there, and, once we decide if we're gonna do that, that's when we'll make the official vote on spending the money, and then we'll do the logistics of what kind of door prizes we can get. I mean, I can make a little basket of just the PU swag, or we can reach out to athletics or whatever, cause, the swag will be important to get that there. On another note, would like to ask someone to head up the Christopher Ware Staff Star Awards. I just need someone that wants to do like the administrative part of it. It's not hard at all. It's just a lot of different emails. And you don't have to present. You could get your co-senators to present or whatever, but I just need someone to, because there's a lot of emails involved and a lot of work, so I just don't want to do it as the chair. So I was just wondering if anyone was interested in heading up the Chris Ware Staff Star Awards. You take this. It's not hard and it's super fun, but it's a lot of administrative work. It's a lot of just emails being sent out.
I can do it.
Yes, Jordan, thank you. I will send you all this information. Yes, thanks, Jordan. Yeah, awesome. And it's fun. I mean, it's, you get to read a lot of good information. So yeah, I'll get with you and discuss the logistics about that. Thanks to Andrea for getting the shirts ordered. They are awesome. We have all the great shirts.
If you're here and you haven't come down your shirt yet, come to me.
With that being said, I would like to see if we could do a group photo. We could either do that prior to the meeting on August or September, whatever works for everyone. Because September I thought maybe September would work since most people hopefully will be here since the president will be here.
Mhm.
We could meet out, I can get with Clinton to make sure that he can do the photo and do it like at 9:30 prior to the meeting. Is any objections to September?
And hopefully it'll be cooler.
Be cooler. And if it's really hot or raining, we can do it. We've done it on the stairs as well inside the issue, but last year, we met in front of the bell tower, so, but it was really hot. So, I will get with photography and make sure that they are available. I did have a question about old business. I did see on the website that facilities had some job. Are you guys able to hire some people? Are you guys getting people hired, or you don't know?
They've moved around who's gonna be doing the hiring, and as far as I know, the only thing that's happened is the job has been posted. They've removed some positions that had been open for years, and I think it's a HVAC tech, a plumber, and a maintenance tech. And the people who were the hiring managers in the past have been told that that's gonna be delegated to somebody else within the department.
Well,
So
I
it's
was really excited. I know that there was,
They've been updated.
Yeah.
there was some concerns about,
Plumber retired at the end of March, and my plumber Gary Chandler is leaving today. He's retiring, and So now we've got 2 left in the entire department. So hopefully it gets filled soon.
Well, I was just really hoping that there would be some changes made because there was some job postings, so. One more thing, I do want to have guest speakers at our meetings. We will shoot to have Dr. Lawless will be here next month, and then the president. I've also reached out to HR for the October meeting to discuss open enrollment. I have not heard back from them. So if you have anyone in mind that would be a great guest speaker, please reach out to me, send me their names. If there's anyone that you would like to have come and talk and they're eager to come talk to us, please let me know so that we can get them on the books for the rest of the meetings. Is there any public comments? So the announcements and notable events, the next staff meeting we did decide will be on the first Wednesday, so it'll be August 7th, right? I think, is it August 7th? Yeah, August 7th. And then President Carboni will attend our September 3rd meeting. And that being said. Oh, Susan, did you have anything today?
Oh, I did not. I'm sorry I was late. I had another meeting, but I'm happy to present at any meeting if there's something specific the Senate would like to talk about, or anyone within SOF.
Okay. Thank you, Susan. Okay, well, then with that being said, I forget what Jordan says. He says, we call the meeting to end. Any objections?